Every day, our culture is changing, our cost of living is increasing. New songs and movies have been released, politicians are arguing between themselves, new technology and scientific discoveries have been made that affect our lives today and future generations to come. People have been born, others are passing away. From these births, leaders, musicians, scientists, actors, politicians will emerge that will affect our lives and future generations. The same is true for everyone and every year that has passed us by. To this end, I'll discuss how events in the month of April 1964, the year of my birth, has affected our lives today. Then, the median income was $6,000. Will you believe that households survived on $6,000? In today's money, with inflation factored in, it's about $45,000. The inflation rate was 1.28%. Unemployment was at 5.2%. The price of a new car averaged $2,800. In today's money, it is $21,100. The average price of a car today is $31,000. The median home value was $18,000, which is roughly $135,000 in today's money. According to the Huffington Post, the median home value today is $189,000. The price of gas then was 30 cents a gallon, which is equal to $2.26 today. From these numbers, the average household in 1964 is far better off than we are today. In the pop culture scene, the British musical invasion was at its peak, with the Beatles being the most popular. Their song, Can't Buy My Love, was number one on April 1st, 1964. By April 4th, they had 5 songs on the Billboard Top 100 charts. John Lennon was reunited with his father, Freddie, after 17 years. And on April 27, his book, in his own right, was published. The most popular movie of the month, will you believe it, was The Pink Panther. On April 13, the movie Tom Jones, based on the life of Tom Jones, won the 36th Academy Award for Best Movie. Sidney Poitier became the first African American to win the Best Actor Award, and Patricia Neal for the Best Actress. On April 17, Jerry Mock became the first woman to fly solo around the world. That was a great achievement, especially at a time when people thought that such a feat by a woman would be impossible. As Americans, we are always interested in sports. On April 12th, Arnold Palmer won the 28th Golf Masters Championship, and Sandra Haney won the LPGA Ladies Baton Rouge Golf Tournament. The first game ever played at Cheers Stadium in Brooklyn was on the 17th of April between the New York Nets and Pittsburgh Pirates. Our favorite team, the Red Wings, lost to the Toronto Maple Leafs 4-3 on the 25th of April. I know that must have been a heartbreaker for Red Wings fans. The next day, the Boston Celtics beat the San Francisco Warriors 4-1 to win the 18th NBA championship. On the political and international scene, we were in a Cold War with the Soviets and the Communists. Our president at the time was Lyndon B. Johnson. On April 2nd, the Soviets launched Zond 1 spacecraft to Venus, and on the 8th of April, we launched Gemini 1. It was space race. Other facts in this month was the military coup in Brazil. On the 2nd of April, the US and Panama resumed diplomatic relations on the 3rd, and Egypt and Belgium restored relationship on the 6th of April. This information sounds boring. but they did have a great effect on world affairs. With the Panama Canal, with Panama, we had access to the Panama Canal for shipping routes across the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean. In Africa, many nations were gaining independence from colonial powers. And one outcome of this was the unification of Tanganyika and Zanzibar into a country called Tanzania on April 26th. The biggest show of technological and scientific advancements was the opening of the first World Fair in New York's Corona Park on April 22nd. Here, IBM showcased its System 360 computers. It was revolutionary at the time, but today we take computers for granted. The legendary writer Isaac Asimov then offered a prediction, and I quote, that in 2014, communication will become sight and sound, and you will see and hear a person you telephone. He was right. Today, the telephone technology does that. The iPhone is a very good example. He was late on the date, though. The first Mustang, now a classic, was released in showrooms on April 17 for a base price of $2,300. As we can see from my informative speech, the month of April 1964, brought about many changes to our lives, just like developments and cultural changes of today will affect future generations.